Hi, how is everybody? Happy Wednesday. I was gonna say happy hump day. It is hump day, happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. How is everybody doing? Okay, so I have been running around like a chicken with my head cut off all day long today. It's been like one of those days, right? I mean, my son had an interview earlier, so I managed to put like a whole little tidbits of like what we were doing, what we were talking about on our stories, which I thought was really funny. Billy thought it was really funny. He had this interview because he wants to go study abroad. Anyways, long story longer, we were like waiting, we had some time to kill. So I was talking on the stories and it was really kind of funny. But we were talking about all this goofy stuff, especially my hat was like the major topic of conversation this afternoon. He didn't like it like this. He likes it with the rim up. I don't know what everybody thinks, but it's the end of the day. It's 8:30 here in Chicago and I have literally been going all day long. So what's going on with you guys? What did you have for dinner? Tell me everything. How is the weather? Where are you tuning in from? Tell me it all. I have been like here, there, and everywhere. So my kids had, I don't know if you guys remember, but last night I did keto breadsticks that were stuffed with taco meat. So I had like so much extra taco meat. We did like a leftover thing tonight. So we just made like taco salads, like, you know, lettuce, cheese, the taco meat. We did a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But I wanted to make, for tonight and for like the rest of the week, for the kids and next week too, I wanted to make keto granola bars, okay? Thank you, honey. Keto granola bars. So let me tell you what I did. I'm gonna show you really quickly, but then I'm gonna actually finish this off like while I'm chatting with you guys right now. So here's the thing. It's been in the freezer, so this is frozen, right? It's like I have to cut it into bars, okay? So this is what it looks like, but it's so frozen that I can actually pick it up like this right now, and this is what it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what the ingredients are in 1 second, but what I'm about to do is I melted some Lily's chocolate chips. Here it is, Lily's chocolate chips mixed with some coconut oil. That is delicious, actually. And the coconut oil helps to kind of thin out a little bit. You put it in the microwave for like 14 seconds, 15 seconds, potato, right? You melt it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some more almonds, some sliced almonds on top of this. And then I'm gonna drizzle it with the Lily's chocolate. Then I'm gonna pop it back in the freezer for just a few minutes. And then I'm gonna take this baby out and then I'm gonna cut it into bars. And then I'm gonna individually wrap them and put them back in the freezer so the kids can have them, or I can pull them out in the morning. You know, when they're like coming through like a herd of cattle through the kitchen and everybody's like so hungry, they would eat anything if I put it in front of them. You know how like those kids, like they don't really pay much attention. They're like running through like a herd of cattle and it's like no matter what you put, you could put like some shoelaces on the kitchen counter and they're gonna grab it and they're gonna eat it, right? So I'm gonna put keto granola bars because that's when I get the best out of them. They eat or drink whatever I put there. So this is what it looks like. I have to cut it into bars, but let me show you how we began. It is in my stories too, but this is how it began. Okay, so there is flaxseed. So this is the flaxseed that I used. It's ground up flaxseed. I used some chia seeds, like whole chia seeds. Okay, these are this is all very nutritious for you. Tons of fiber too, right? I used, sliced almonds, and these are actually I know shoelaces, right, Patrice? I don't know, like whatever. Sometimes I say I could put anything on the kitchen counter and they're gonna eat it, right, as they go, because they're starving to death. That's how they say it. I'm starving to death. You know, when kids are hungry, they will eat anything. They're not picky. All right, they get picky when it's like, they're not that hungry. They've got choices. They're like, here's some lentil soup. They're not gonna eat it because they're like, I'm not starving. But like in the morning when they're in a rush, they're like, I don't even care what it is. I'm grabbing it. And when they come home from school, same thing. But like at this time of night, right now, like some of my kids just came home from dance and they're like, I can eat, I cannot eat. But this is like the third wave of dinner that we have. It's like 8:40 here in Chicago, right? And this is like the third wave of dinner. So I was just like, okay, wait, we're gonna take the garbage out. It's garbage night tonight for us, but don't take the garbage out yet because I'm gonna do my video and then you guys are eating and then you're gonna create more garbage, right? So let's just wait a little bit to take the garbage out, but we gotta take it out tonight at some point because otherwise I am that family that's taking out the garbage, as the garbage man is like rolling up to the curb, it's like we're the ones running. Wait, take our garbage, please. It's a holiday next week. So honestly, we gotta get our garbage out this week because it's a holiday next week. And then we're gonna be like, we had way too much garbage. Okay, anyways, that's not even the moral of my story here. So these are the sliced almonds that I used in the granola bars. And these are the same sliced almond that I'm gonna sprinkle on top right now. And then I'm gonna drizzle the chocolate. So here, so it was sliced almonds, let's recap. Sliced almonds, flaxseed, chia seeds, right? Some organic coconut. Here, let me just put this here. Organic unsweetened coconut. Okay, this is sugar-free, everything's sugar-free. So organic unsweetened coconut. I put some, okay, wait here, let me show you. So some cinnamon, just cinnamon, regular cinnamon. Some vanilla bean, and I also put some vanilla extract. So vanilla bean and vanilla extract. I used real, because it says real, peanut butter. This is just peanut butter, okay? This is peanut butter and salt. This is just peanut butter, but there's no sugar added. You could also use almond butter. You could probably use cashew butter too, right? Almond butter would work fabulous, but this is peanut butter. So I use peanut butter because my kids love peanut butter. And then swerve, okay? So swerve. Erythritol, swerve, same thing. Potato, swerve. And not to forget the coconut oil, okay? Here's my coconut oil. This sucker's from Costco because I use the family size. This is the greatest, literally the greatest coconut oil because it's like, it comes in bulk, but you can use it for like everything. And then when I get it on my hands, I can like use it as lotion. It's great, really. Okay, so what I did was you mix the wet ingredients together. So you mix the peanut butter with the coconut oil and the vanilla, okay? You pop it into the microwave for 30 seconds. Take it out, stir, right? So now it's like a creamy, like lovely, it's like goodness, right? Then you add swerve to it. So you pour your swerve into your wet ingredients, right? Stir. Okay, now set that aside. You take another bowl, and that's where you put your almonds and your flaxseed and your chia seeds. Okay, you put all your dry stuff in there. You could also, okay, I didn't add this because I don't think I needed to, but I have in the past, added some Lily's chocolate chips. This is backwards anyways, but Lily's chocolate chips are the chocolate chips that you wanna use in keto baking. Lily's, right here, this sucker. Picked it up at Jewel tonight. This is new packaging. So in case anybody's not like, they're like, what is that packaging? This is just new packaging. So Lily's chocolate chips are the ones that you want. And I've said this before, like I picked this up at Jewel in my hometown. It's also at Whole Foods. It's more expensive there, but it's also at Whole Foods. And then it is on Amazon, but it is not the cheapest on Amazon. And one would think that it was gonna be the cheapest on Amazon, but it's not. So go to Jewel or go to your local grocery store and see if they have it. Walmart does not have this, but I'm fortunate that, I've got a grocery store right down the street. So this is easy. So this is Lily's chocolate chips. You could add these to the mixture as well if you wanna have like chocolate chip granola bars. But I didn't, you can. It's completely up to you. So, okay, then you take so here's your wet ingredients. So you have like this peanut buttery goodness, and then you have the dry stuff over here. So basically, all you do, and this takes like seconds. The longest part of this is popping it into the freezer. Literally, that's the longest part of this. So you pour the wet stuff into the dry stuff, and then you mix, and then you line your dish with parchment paper. Okay, so I did that before, right? So then I poured the mixture into here, flattened it out with a spatula, like super easy, popped it into the freezer, okay? While it was in the freezer, what I did was I took some of the Lily chocolate chips, poured them into this fancy little white container here, this white bowl, and I put some coconut oil. That's it. Lily's chocolate chips, a little bit of coconut oil. Pop this in the microwave for like I said, literally like 14 seconds. 14 seconds, 11 seconds, it doesn't really matter. You just don't want it to burn because you could overcook it. You could burn it and then it's like not good at all, I promise. So you take it out, you stir. Put it back in for another 14 seconds. Take it out, stir until you get this consistency, right? This consistency, this is what you want. So all you're gonna do is, we're gonna take this, it's frozen like I showed you guys. totally frozen. I could probably throw it like a Frisbee right now at everybody. I'm going to take some of the almonds, right? These are sliced almonds. They are not roasted. They don't have salt on them. They're just plain Jane sliced almonds. You could do walnuts too if you want. You could do macadamia nuts if you want. You can do, actually macadamia nuts are pretty keto friendly. So those are like probably the most keto friendly, I would say. So you just sprinkle the macadamia nuts all over. Okay, here's what it looks like. Macadamia nuts. And then you take all the chocolate, which is super duper fabulous, as much as you would like, and you just drizzle. And you could be as fancy as you want. You could be as fancy, you could write a word, you could draw a visual, a happy smiley face. I don't care, the sky's the limit, whatever you want. It's your granola bar. Remember, you're gonna stick it in the freezer and then just for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And then when it comes out, you're gonna cut it into bars anyways, and then you're gonna individually wrap them. And so what you wanna do is, after you've got like the individual granola bars, you can keep it in the freezer. You can keep it in the freezer for a long time, but you could probably keep it in the fridge for like, I would say a week. Well, in my house, they'll be gone in like a day. But if I mass make a whole bunch, which is what I typically do, especially in the winter time, I mass make a whole bunch because I make like ice cream all the time, and like I have keto, like the chaffles, you know, the chaffles that I was making like a few weeks back. So I mass produce a whole bunch of chaffles and I have them sitting in the freezer because the kids, when they're hungry, they can just go in there, help themselves, take one out, stick it in the toaster oven like a regular like Aunt Jemima waffle, and cook it, take it out, and then they can put some of the, you know, like the Locanto maple syrup, whatever I've got, butter, Locanto maple syrup, super delicious. So I do the same thing. I make like a whole bunch of different flavors of ice cream, and then I put that in the freezer. Basically what happens in the winter around here is I like make gigantic amounts of everything. Well, I do have a lot of people, right? But I make gigantic amounts of everything, and then the leftovers, I put into small little individual containers and I put them in the freezer. And then believe me, the children help themselves. So by like the time the winter is over, my freezer is completely empty. So then I can start all over again, or I can start to do summer things at that point, right? Because that's when I'm getting like vegetables and things like that. Okay, so here we go. This is what it looks like. You guys see? So pretty, right? She's so pretty. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to put this sucker back into the freezer for like 5 minutes. While it's in the freezer, I'm gonna clean my kitchen counter. Then I'm gonna take it out. Wait a minute, you make ice cream? I make ice cream. I make ice cream all the time, Patrice. I make ice cream all the time. Actually, I have a video that's not that long ago. It was on a Saturday or a Sunday. It was definitely a weekend when the ice cream is really good, to be honest. My ice cream is like my favorite. I love my ice cream. So, okay, here it is. I'm gonna put it in the freezer. I'm gonna clean my kitchen counter. When I'm done doing this will be done. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna cut it into bars, and I'm going to post it on my stories. There you go, bam, keto granola bars. Thank you very much. So I wanna see who's gonna try this recipe. Let me know how it goes. If anybody needs any tips or tricks, send me a message anytime. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I hope you guys all had the most amazing day, and check out my story so you can see how it turned out after I take it out of the freezer. See you guys later. Happy day.